Hi and welcome back to MS Projects 2013 tutorial.
In video 4, we're going to be covering the following: project information dialog box, using the help feature, using save and save as, adding tasks to the task list, rearranging tasks, deleting subtasks, and the WBS.
In the previous video, I showed you the task information dialog box. What I'm going to show you now is the project information dialog box. In the project information dialog box, we can set certain parameters or properties for the project. To do that, you've got to click on the project tab, brings up your project ribbon, move your mouse cursor to the project information button, click on it, and it opens up your project information dialog box. As you can see, there are several dates inside the dialog box, the first one being the start date, and below that, the finish date. As you can see, the finish date is grayed out. The reason for this is because I've scheduled my project to start from the project start date, as you can see in the entry box below. To the right-hand side of that, I've got my current date, that is today's date. Then we have the status date below that, and the status date is basically for status reporting. We then have the calendar. Now the calendar has got 3 standard calendars, and at this moment in time, one calendar that I've previously set up within MS Projects. When I click on the drop down, it brings up my selection. 24-hour, night shift, and standard are the standard calendars that come with MS Projects. We will discuss setting up the calendars in a few minutes. Below that, I have the statistics button. I click on it, and it opens up the statistics dialog box, as you can see in front of you now. This dialog box gives you information regarding the stats on the actual project itself. At this moment in time, there is not really much that you can see there because we have not finished setting up the project. To close it, you click on the close button. The next feature I want to show you is the help feature. Now, the help feature has been put into place to help you should you get stuck with certain functions on MS Projects 2013. The first place to activate help is on your title bar at the top right hand corner. Right hand side there, as you can see, is the help button. If I click on it, it will open up the help dialog box for me, and in this dialog box I've got several control buttons as well. Starting at the top right hand corner of the control box, I've got the minimize, maximize, and close. Below the project help button, you can see 4 buttons there, and that is your left button, which allows you to go back, your right button, which allows you forward, your home button, which will take you to the home page, your print button, which will allow you to print this document, and then to the right of that is your search online help. That is an input box where I'll click in and type out my search question or search criteria. For this example, I'm going to type in print. If I move my mouse cursor to the right hand side, I click on the magnifying glass, which is your search button, and as you can see, it's starting to search the internet. It'll open up my web browser, and inside the web browser there'll be some information regarding the help that I requested, or on the feature that I requested help on. Dependent on the speed of your computer and on your internet connection will be depends on how long it takes to open. As you can see on the tab, it's busy searching for results for print. It has now brought them up, and as you can see this on the left hand side of the web browser. Each item that is printed in blue is a hyperlink or shortcut to information regarding printing, as you can see there. If I move my mouse cursor onto it and I click, it then opens up the help feature, and as you can see as I scroll down is a tremendous amount of information regarding the help, and also further help files in blue on the left hand side. Right, to go back, I'm just going to close off the browser, close off the help file, and next what I'm going to show you is how to save a file. You move your mouse cursor to the left hand side of the screen, click on the File tab, It takes you into backstage view, and as you can see on the left hand side, we have two buttons, save and save as. I'm going to click on the save as button. As you can see, it brings up a selection on the right hand side of my screen. First of all, sync with SharePoint, OneDrive Personal, Computer, and add a place. Right, the sync with SharePoint, that will allow me to connect to a SharePoint server and sync my data with it. In other words, synchronize my data. A SharePoint server is a computer that is set up normally in a company where documents that are going to be shared between personnel are saved to, and people have got the rights to log in there and access those documents. Then OneDrive Personal is something new that has been set up. It gives me access to the cloud, Microsoft Cloud, where I can save my information instead of saving it to my local drive. Then below that we have Computer, and if I click on that now, it's going to open up further selection on the right hand side. As you can see, recent places showing areas where I've recently saved files to, or the browse button. When I click on the browse button, it opens up a dialog box for me, and in here I can select where I'm going to go and save my file. On the left hand side, you'll see there's got favorites, desktop, downloads, recent places, real player, libraries, documents, music, pictures, and so on, as it is with most Microsoft products. To the right, on the right hand side over here in the window, we've got our document library, and dependent on where we click on the left hand side, it will give us a selection again. I click on desktop, and here you can see it's giving me various areas on the desktop that I can save to. To save the document, I select the file that I want, click on it, make sure that the name is correct, and then click on save. Once it's saved the document, it will then bring me back to my Gantt chart view.
We've already learned how to build a task structure by entering a series of tasks into the task name column. There may be times where we need to insert new tasks between existing tasks during the project lifecycle. You'll need to add or delete planned tasks and move tasks to rearrange them within the project. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go in and add a task between task number 36 and 37. First of all, I move my mouse cursor down to the task, right click on it, it opens up a pop-up menu. I select insert task from the pop-up menu, and it opens up a new task that says new task. I need to change the name. I'll click in it and I'll start typing send safety certificate to the PMO office. Next, I'll need to add my duration. I'm adding 1 day. While examining the task list, you might find that some of the tasks need to be rearranged. You can easily move the task from one row to another, either by cutting and pasting them or by dragging them. When you rearrange tasks, Project automatically reschedules the task list. What I'm going to do now is drag task number 38 to number 36. I move my cursor down, the pointer becomes a double arrow. I can now drag it up to number 36. As I was looking through my tasks, I noticed that I've got two tasks that are exactly the same. I need to delete one of them. To do this, I move my mouse cursor down to the task that I want to delete, select the task, right click on it, and click the delete task from the pop-up menu. It has now removed the extra task. Next, we're going to have a look at the work breakdown structure. The task list is called the work breakdown structure, or WBS. The task ID numbers represents the WBS. Don't confuse this with the line number. The project summary task is the highest level of the WBS, and other tasks are broken down to their lowest manageable levels. The WBS helps you to visualize the entire project in terms of scope, cost, time, and resources. Let's have a look at summary tasks and subtasks. A summary task can be the overall objective of your project, or it can represent one of the major phases within the project. For example, a project summary task The highest level of the work breakdown structure might be residential construction. These summary tasks represent major phases within this work breakdown structure. And as we can see, there are a number of different tasks that we've got. Tasks that fall under summary tasks are called subtasks. A summary task must contain subtasks that represent the activities needed to complete the summary task. If you delete or move a summary task, all its subtasks are deleted or moved along with it. We are now going to go and create the project summary task. Before I do this, take note at the top, row 1, where it says planning. Your project summary task will be added there automatically. To do this, I click on the Format tab over here, move my cursor to the Show Hide group, click on Project Summary Task. Notice how it's now added a new row at the top. The line number 0, now showing me my project summary task. It now says residential construction, the same name as I've got for the project. Notice to the left of the word residential construction, there's a little arrow. If I click on it, it's going to hide all the tasks underneath. As you can see, I've done now. To bring it back, I click back on the arrow, and it brings subtasks back. You'll notice that the project summary task name has now been bolded, and to the right, on the Gantt chart view, it has a light grey bar showing that it is the project summary task. The project summary bar spans across the whole of the project. In video 4, we covered the following: project information dialog box, using the help feature, using save and save as, adding tasks to a task list, rearranging tasks, delete subtasks, and the WBS. Now that we've completed this video, I'd like you to go back and practice what we've covered.
Right, we've come to the end of this video. Thanks for your time. Hope to see you in the next one. See you in a bit.